Hi and welcome to today's video in which I have an update of my project plan to use 23 items in 2023. I've got them beside me and I'm going to reach for the first one, which is Illamasqua Hydra Setting Spray 100ml. Now this one started at 116 gram, I think that was in August, and it's now, and last month in October it was 107.5 gram, and today it's 98.5 gram, so I've used around 9 gram, which is quite a bit. I'm quite pleased. I think it's somewhere, I'm somewhere up to where my finger is, so it's around a third I've used, or maybe just under, so I'm pleased to have got that much progress out of it, because it is a decent setting spray. The next item is by Serge Lutens, and it's the Religious, or La Religieuse, and this is quite an autumnal or winter type fragrance. You could wear it all year round. It's quite aromatic. It does have incense notes primarily. I think because the name Religious is as reference to Western churches that use incense. So you're talking around frankincense and myrrh, and there is some white floral notes as well. So I put this in and last month, and it was about a few millimetre above the label, and obviously it's now there. And I wanted to get some use out of it because it is a screw cap, because originally it has in the box when you buy these, there's a little round cap which is a screw cap, and then the spray and the lid come separate, so you have to undo it and put the spray in, so invariably air gets in, so it's not ideal. But I wanted to get some use out of it before it changes. But it's a lovely fragrance, and it is great for someone that wants an introduction to incense based fragrances, because it isn't that strong and overpowering. I don't think it will be that difficult for people to wear. So this one is still available, though it is quite an expensive brand, but I do like Serge Lutens. The next item is my nail polish, and it is by Barry M Jelly High Shine Nail Paint. So I've got it on today. I generally wear it in most of the videos. I'm getting near the end, I would say, and I'm going to unscrew the lid, but it is quite gunky, and it's been like that for the last month or so, and a bit stringy, so I'm not going to try and thin it. I'm not sure I'll get it used between now and the end of December, because I will be introducing more festive colours to the nails, but I do want it is near the end, and I hopefully will get it used in the new year, if not in December. You never know, it might get done by then. The next item has been in since the beginning, and it's the it is the Becca Champagne Pop, and it was very, very tall, but I've lost over a third, maybe even 40% of its length to the use that I've been making of it just on the brow bone after I put the eyeshadow down, and then I put a highlighter on. So this one, I've actually made new markings after the last update. So what have I got here? I'm trying to find, there it is. So I think it started, I've marked it as if it started there. That's where it was last time, and that's where I am now. So not every month I've been able to show any progress, but it seems to be coming now. Yeah, and I'm pleased to get it used up, basically. The next item is Max Factor Miracle Pure Skin Improving Foundation 24-hour hydration with hyaluronic acid and vitamin C, SPF 30 PA+++ in 40 light ivory. So this one is 30ml. I think it's more of a BB cream, not even a CC cream, let alone a foundation, because it gives little or no coverage. But it's good for the SPF. So on days I just really want to rely on SPF, particularly in the wintry months, because I'm somewhat sceptical that foundations do provide the coverage that they say they do in terms of SPF, but in winter it doesn't matter too much. So what's happened there, I've gone from what was it, 32.5 gram in October to 28 gram. So it's, I think it's been around 5.5 gram, I think, if I'm right, that I've used up. So I'm pleased with that because I have used it a few times. Whenever I wear makeup, I wear a base because otherwise it looks quite odd because of my skin tone. It's so translucent, you can see a lot of structures underneath. Even with foundation today, you can see a lot of my skin. Then I have a True Foundation Kiko Insta Moisture. This is available in a different packaging, and you can see windowing there, but I'm around there, and I'm around halfway through, about there. So I've got quite a bit of use and progress this month. It's down from 110 gram last month to 105, so it's a 5 gram that I've used. It's got a pump built in, but the top is very difficult to undo once you press it down fully. So yeah, I'm pleased to have got use out of that. Then I have Olaplex number 6, which is, it says Bond Smoother. So I use that after I've washed, conditioned, towel dried my hair. I'll then comb through, put a small amount through it. It is a small amount. So I'm going to try. It's very difficult to get out, in all honesty. They've now got a pump, a hard plastic and pump. This flexible plastic is not that flexible, but basically only perhaps 2 pea sizes amounts on half a hair. So I'd use about 4 pea sizes for the full treatment, along with a hair oil, and it does help smooth. I really can't recommend that highly enough. So that Olaplex number 6 went from 99.5 gram to 86.5 gram. So a bit of progress. Then I have the Rimmel Scandalise, which I use under the eye there. I don't necessarily put it in my waterline. So I only sharpen it once it gets down near the wood, because I don't want the wood to prick my eyes, because I don't need it for precision, and it's very, very soft. So with this one, let me just see where it is. There it is. That was I think that represents the start. That was last month, and that's where I'm up to now. So it's steady, small progress, but I do use it whenever I do my makeup. Likewise, I use this all the time. It is the Becca Colour Corrector, which I use under my eyes, and there, I don't know if you can see, there's quite a bit of use. I'm not sure whether it'll hit pan, but I've worked from one side, as you can see. I really want to focus on finishing this because it is old. So it's like a product where if you start, you need to finish it. So this is rich in emollient, but it does need a degree of setting afterwards because it doesn't necessarily self-set. Then I've got the Tartiste Pro Glow set, which is highlighter and contour. And I've had this a few years, so I'm pleased, so pleased to show you I have hit pan. There you are. And if you can see, it's a really deep pan. I mean, this could be sold on its own as a contour. I think it's a bit too grey tone for a bronzer, but I only use it there. I have used it around the face, but I tend to just focus it on just under the cheekbone, yeah, with a sponge. I've been using this less so, but it is still getting a little bit of use. It's still got a dip in it, but I'm focusing on the cream one till it's finished. So I'm really pleased I've hit the goal, I've hit pan on that, but I'm going to continue on the liquid one, or cream one. Then I have a second blush, because I used the first blusher up, that was by Terry, and then I introduced this a couple of months ago, and now, or about 3 months ago, I hit pan yesterday, and I extended it today. So I generally put the brush around that area. So I'm really pleased. I want to carry on and use this and get this out of the collection. I've already had it in the last year, so it's not particularly old, but I have enjoyed using it. It's a bit of a tawny orangey brown, if you know what I mean, but it is lovely. Then I have by Terry, and this is the Black Star range in bronze, and I've only got that much left. So I've used over half of it. Now, I've not got it on today, and not every month have I been able to show progress because you need the smallest amount on. But let me just see if I can find the Black Star. There it is. That's where it started. That's what it was last month. that's where I am now, because I remarked all of this at the end of the last video. So I'm pleased, but basically if I look at the Black Star, I still have a bit to go. I doubt I'll get it finished by the end of the year, but it's something I still want to focus on and get out of my collection, because I have another similar product that's not been used yet. The next item is by Hourglass, the Ambient Lighting Powder Mini in Dim Light. Now unfortunately I haven't used it at all in the last couple of months because I've been happy with the finish without it. I tend to think you can't use it as a setting powder because it's too glowy, but if there's excess shine, you can then use that on top to mattify a little but allow glow to come through, if you know what I mean. But it is a lovely powder, and I know I will get more use out of it. It's not one I want to necessarily get rid of. Then I have Too Faced Love Light Blinded by the Light bronze highlighter. Now it stood up quite a few millimetre, and now it is level. So I've used all the pan, and it's a lovely champagne. You can see here, it's a lovely champagne bronze highlighter. Absolutely love it. See how shiny it is. And I use it very sparingly, and I've got it on the brow bones and just a little bit there. And I would like to get it used up, but I'm not sure how long it will take to hit pan. And I may for next year try another highlighter, I think, but it's one that I will continue using until it's finished up. Then I have by Rowan Disco Eye eyeshadow. Now I haven't used it that much since I hit pan, and to be honest I've not used it this month, but at least I've hit the goal on this one anyway. Then I have two eye pencils. This one's a brow, and it is by Brow Bar London, and it is Indian Chocolate it's called. So it was quite big, and I've used half of it, I would say. Now I do go through these thin micro brow pencils quite quickly. The issue with this one, unlike Benefit, which I really love, is it doesn't easily go on if you've got any moisture on the face, like for example foundation. It won't go over foundation. So what you have to do is powder quite heavily, and then it will stick. So it isn't the best for what it does. And I will show you here. There. I think that's where it was last time, and that's where I am. So I'd have used quite a lot because I have virtually no colour in the brows, so it does get quite a lot of use whenever I wear makeup. So I'm hoping to get it finished by the end of December. I can't say I will, but if not, fairly shortly thereafter. Then I have here the Black Magic Cocoa Edit. So this is a rust colour eyeliner. I've got it on today, but the eyeshadow is actually darker than the liner, and that's where I'm up to. So I've used a fair bit. Like I say, it's not a favourite. It's a good product in what it does. It lays down well, it sticks well. It's really the colour isn't for me, I would say. I'd rather have a taupe brown or a true brown. So the Ico started there, was there, now I'm here. So it's had quite a bit of use, but I would say about 40% used, maybe nearly 50, but not quite. So I'm pleased about that. Then I have here a product by Smashbox, and it is their Cover Shot in a Blaze, which is an eye palette, and I'm using the pale matte colour as an all over lid shade because I put foundation down, then I use a finishing powder, and then I put that on top as a base for shadow, and it does help shadows blend well. Now it's a very big pan, there is a dip in it, but I don't think I'm anywhere near hitting pan as such, but I am enjoying using that as a skin coloured base. The next is by Becca, and it's Yours Truly, and that's where we're at now. I've just got the plastic lid there, so you can see, there it is, that's where we're up to. So if I put this against the page, I'm just going to smear lipstick everywhere. So basically, if I can find it here, the Beckett lipstick, that represents the plastic base. That's what's left, and the other last few, I think that's where it started. That was last month, and that's where I am this month. But I have been wearing more of my other colours as well, and other lipsticks in my collection. Then I have it's a lip gloss, but it's quite pigmented. I've got it on my lips now, and it's copper, and it's by Bare Minerals. So there is windowing, but what I will say is I think I'm around there. So I've got a small amount left, because you can see a lot of density there and a lot of shine, and so I think probably I've only got maybe 3 mils left. So I've got a few uses. I'm not sure that I'll finish it. I've enjoyed using it, but it is near the end. I don't like pulling stoppers off because it gets very messy. Then I have my Patrick Ta She's So Confident. Now this is a lipstick that's liquid. It doesn't set down, but it is very glossy. It does last a long time, so if over hours, say you weren't drinking, but over hours it would mattify slightly, but it'd still be shiny, just less so. But if you drink with this on, it will go everywhere, it will smear on anything your lips touch, just be careful. So I've used this 5 times, 5 separate days, so sometimes it does mean maybe a touch up. So if I touched it up once each time I use it, then it's 10 times, but I class it as each day. So I've used it for 5 days. It seems to be getting down, but there's no windowing. So I might be about halfway through, maybe more, I'm not sure. But I'll know when it doesn't pull any more product up. But there's no windowing, it doesn't tend to window. I thought it might be painted on the inside, but I did get a wire and poke it, and it is clear, but for some reason the product does tend to stick, that's what I will say. And then finally, my last item is a Revive mask or lip conditioner, Luxe conditioner. So it's a balm, and this one has 10 gram, it says, so it's 10 mil or 10 gram, but obviously you've got the weight of the plastic, so I think it came in around 17 gram in total, so that must be 7 gram for the packaging, I would think. So when I'm looking at it now, it started off at 17.5, it's now 13 gram, so yeah, then I've got to take, say, 7 gram, so it means there's around at least around 5 mil in, but it's very difficult to push out now. So it's very, very difficult. So what I'm going to do, though I do love the metal ball to put on the lips, the curved top, it's really good, or the applicator, I'm going to end up putting it into a pot, and I'll probably show you that on the next update. I'll try for a few more days, but when I get a small little pot free, I will put some of this in. So anyway, they're all the items in the project pan that I recollect. I think they're all 23 items. Can I say thank you very much for watching, as I do appreciate your time is valuable. And I will be doing this update probably towards the end of December. Hopefully I shall see you then, if not before. But like I say, take care of yourselves, and bye for now.